Okay, what is this? A trapped unlocked house in
What
the
do you
middle
want,
of the
groundling?
docks. There's one special note here. If you come to this game right after Baldur Gate 1, you know that most of these unmarked places are waste of your time. In Baldur's Gate 2, it's more or less the exact opposite. There may be a handful of
A
places that
fish
don't
be
have
paid
anything of
well for
value,
this.
but most of them at least have something. It doesn't mean it has to be something grand and amazing, but maybe some kind of a special magic item or something. Again, the magic item doesn't have to be the best thing ever, but it's something that you're not gonna get anywhere else, or some kind of encounter, minor encounter. And Minotaurs now.
My talents are wasted on physical blows.
So what is this?
My talents are wasted on physical blows.
Quit here complaining.
My talents are wasted on physical blows.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me with every shot. It's a critical failure, I think. Yep, that's why he's repeating it.
What do you require? Very well.
Any
Whose
traps?
trust is for the
Yes, have
and the
killed
dead.
for less.
Someone really
Yes?
doesn't want us to be here. I don't see how the Minotaurs could be here, though.
Done.
I mean, they're not undead. They do need
Aye,
to.
that be
They're living
sounding
creatures.
right.
Do need to do their stuff. So how can they be unnoticed in the docks?
Bark your own. Aye, I'll do as you. And later I'll split your gut open.
Gigantic tomb, a sarcophagus that you can interact with. Gigantic statues of some kind of a rope skeleton. Yeah. Nothing bad can ever happen in a place like this.
Aye, the dwarf will bloody do it.
The lid of the sarcophagus moves easily aside, despite there are warnings and guardian runes written to one side. Okay. There's a golden skull inside the sarcophagus. When you touch the skull, its eyes blaze with an eerie light and it begins to speak. At last, I return to awareness. Who is it that has awakened me? Name's Thule. I am an adventurer. And you have found your fortune at last, Thule. I am in need of your assistance. Serve me well, and you will be rewarded beyond your wildest imaginings. So, what are we talking about here? Cash, slaves, some kingdom to rule? What? I can imagine quite a bit. So, what exactly are you? I am Kangaxx, and I have been cursed. I am dead yet not dead, cursed to eternal entrapment in this tomb by cruel enemies, cursed to a fate worse than death. But the curse can be reversed. With your assistance I may live again. I have suffered for so long. Will you help me? Hmm. What exactly would you want me to do? Fiends that did this to me keep me from returning by tearing apart my mortal form and keeping the pieces separated. You must find my body, that I might again take mortal form. Okay, where I might find these parts. They are very close. I have no doubt that they lie within this city, in tombs such as this. My enemies are predictable if nothing else. Seek my arms, legs, and torso. You will be well rewarded for your efforts. Hurry, find the pieces and return. Pieces for
Be
a
quick with it. Fine.
pieces of a golden skeleton. What could go wrong with this? There, can't be any doubt
Must
that
be paid well for this.
Kangaxx is not exactly a good guy. But who the hell is going to pass on the opportunity to see what happens? No one.
Have killed for less.
Hmm. This isn't a quite simple matter though. So, to see what our options are, I think we can significantly help ourselves with if we can just go and buy a couple of protection scrolls. Any temple we should really do. No, I think there's temple here.
What do you want, groundling? Yeah, it'd be near the decision I'd make.
Now, where are the tombs? I think we have to go to the bridge district.
I'll do as you tell. But only if there be a good amount of coin to eat.
These are not useful. I think we have to go to Adventure Smart in the promenade. It will basically spend some money bypass this these obstacles we'll face without too much trouble. We have a few ways to do it.
Have killed for less.
I think the simplest would be a couple of protection scrolls. We can get around things by simply fighting too, but it's not a simple matter, not at all. And more importantly, especially if trouble with Kangaxx starts, we cannot keep multiple guys protected from him. Might be able to protect one or two guys. Realistically, then
Aye, that be sounding
then it
right.
becomes too great of a burden to our resources.
Ribald Bardaman at your service.
There's a couple of problems we're gonna have there. First is the rest of the pieces are not unguarded, so we're gonna have to defeat some guardians. Then comes the part where we need to deal with Kangaxx in a way. The problem with that is I think he's immune to weapons, normal weapons, and +1, +2, and +3 weapons. I don't have the sword we have, long sword we have on the thief. Might be able to harm him. Some summoned creatures might be able to harm him. But it's not going to be a simple matter. And if we don't have that something, there's no point even trying to encounter him. So okay, protection from magic, protection from undead. I think I'll buy the protection of undead spell.
They're cheaper than the protection from magic, although I think I'll buy that too. Not gonna use the protection from magic spells, at least for a while I think. They have two major uses. At least the one that I've used in use cases. One is basically pick a guy in your group
I'll do as you wish. For
that you
now.
want to do something against heavy mage opposition and you protect, or some kind of really powerful thing and you protect yourself from it. Then you just use that advantage and hack him to pieces. Fairly simple stuff. Alternatively, you can neutralize someone else because it is an anti-magic shell. Nothing gets there, not even your own spells. So if you can cast it on the enemy, he's just as screwed as you are. He won't be able to use any kind of magical based abilities. The thing about that is I'm not sure if it applies to sort of natural abilities. So, well, I might as well test it out. But it's against some enemies it's better to try to do it that way because you can only protect one of your guys, but if you only have the one enemy you want to protect your guys from, it's better to actually protect him. So you turn the fight into a fight where physical combat abilities are the deciding factor, and that'll probably benefit you more. Definitely have to go to the bridge district, but that's not enough. We need to find two different tombs. And I think one of them
And later I'll
is
split your
below
nut
the
open.
sewer, so we might as well get that first. I don't think it's going to take that long though. Not with the protection scrolls we bought. I'll very likely use them too. For the simple reason that while they're very powerful, and you always consider it, is this the spot to really use these scrolls for? The thing is, what it usually leads to is you're not gonna use them on anything. The anti-magic scrolls I'm more inclined to use if we have to really go against beholders. Because they're not good at fighting, but we don't have the shield that protects us from their gazes, so we might ease things for ourselves
Aye, but
and
the work
use
was nothing to
something.
it.
Ultraman!
A dangerous mistake.
But that has to mean there has to be a lot of beholders we'll
Dead
go
for
up
every
against.
second I am in
I'm
this
not
form.
going to use up a
No
scroll
mercy
like
for
that
those who
against
oppose
a
us.
couple of beholders.
A solid
It's
hit.
not a. It's too valuable. We have to keep in mind that there is an entire expansion after this, and it's not just a few missions. It is higher level content and higher level combat content, so there the magical immunity would be even more valuable.
What is my task? As you ask.
Cannot be. You need a key for
Aye.
this?
On my honor.
Bark your orders already. I best be paid well for this.
Mm, yeah, might as well do this too while we're here. This doesn't happen if you come here after you have a quest that requires you to come here. I think we should have a meeting here.
Next
What
swing.
is it if I must?
What gives?
I will all. Labor will help.
Be quick with it.
Leave me be. A waste of my talent.
Yeah, we're in trouble. Because I can't really cast anything.
What do you want? Have killed for
What
less.
is it? Stop!
The axe be bloody ready.
I will tolerate very.
Blood and glory. Now you die.
Yeah, that went badly.
Next
Command.
Still, we have a couple of healing spells left.
What do you require?
Barker, I'll do as you tell. But only if there be a good amount of coins away.
Yes?
Yes,
shall
indeed.
I swim in memories in such a place as this.
I am out of sight
Most
of others.
unpleasant memories.
What gives? I best be paid well for this.
What is my task? Consider it done.
A lot of crap. Any traps?
You need something, stranger?
Bigwrath. What is this? Intruders within Bigwrath's domain. What brings you here, foolish man? Speak quickly, for I do not suffer errant fools gladly. I seek adventure, that's why I am here. Spoken boldly, man. I may have a use for one such as you. If you truly seek adventure, might you be interested in such an escapade? Of course, adventure comes with its own rewards. Name what you offer and I'll consider it. Well, aside from forgiving your intrusion into my presence, I'm sure I can find something suitable and rewarding for you, little man. So what is this task? The annoying little imp shed his magical color a week or so ago, leaping about and causing much havoc. I attempted to capture him, but he was too quick. He escaped and took a rather important device I was experimenting on. A mirror. Unusual if you do not know the proper incantations. I would like it back. The imp has likely escaped to the sewers, and your travel there would save me the time and aggravation of retrieving it. Word of caution, the imp may have picked up an incantation or two, and may have used the mirror. One can only guess what it might have summoned up. Very well, I'll seek out the item. Run along then. Return when you have the mirror. Yeah, mirror and the imp. Hoard it. Cannot be accessed while mirror crafts. And by us, fine by us. It's one of the main things we're getting here for
Be
anyway.
quick with it.
It has the
Have killed
benefit
for less.
of providing
I am out of sight
us
of others.
a reason to be here without the mage aggressively coming after us. Oh my.
I am out of sight of others.
Salamander, and Yanti.
What do you want, groundling?
What do you require? I await your word. I am out of sight of others.
My spells would serve better. This weapon is useless.
Shoddily made and shoddily maintained, but good killing grounds nevertheless.
Here the leaves. We don't particularly want to have anything to do with hair release at the moment. Yep, cannot be opened,
I am out of sight of others.
which is fine.
Me axe, babe. Aye, that be sounding right.
Yes, it shall be. I am out of sight of others.
Lil Alul! Forsha!
A dangerous mistake.
I like the weapons we have in our frontline fighters at the moment.
Leave me be.
They provide extra damage, elemental damage, and it's very hard for them to defend themselves against it. It's not always enough to disrupt them, but sometimes it is.
Dangerous mistake.
I must live
A
like
solid
this.
hit.
Your life shall be as much a hell as mine.
Bark your orders already.
My weapon has no effect. What is my
Salamander will be immune.
What is it if I must?
What gives? Aye, I'll do as you wish. Now, be quick with it, and later I'll split your gut open.
There shouldn't be any more dangers here, so it doesn't matter where he wanders off to, as long as he doesn't go attacking Mekrat or Hair Dalis.
On my honor. I will do my best.
Yeah, and the confusion didn't come from too
What do
powerful
you
of a
want?
source,
Aye, but
so
what?
it didn't
I shall
last.
follow your strength.
What do you require? Yes.
So what were you protecting? Shit! Too soon!
Yes. Very well.
Ah, that could have been bad. You got a demon summoning spell out of that. No, carrion summons. That's carrion crawler. You've learned the maximum number of spells of that level allowed by your intelligence. So it's 18. If you want to learn all the spells on a level, you need intelligence of 19. What we can do is
Axe
we
be
can
bloody ready.
temporarily raise that
Fine.
by a bottle and then learn the rest of the spells. Huh. This is the Bridge District. Voltis Estates, 5 Legends Inn, Merchant Square, Serk Farad Estate, Tanner Shop, Delosar's Inn, Temple of Helm, Derelict House. There's clearly quite a few houses here that aren't marked. So again, points of interest, but we can't get anywhere from here,
This be
so
paid well for.
go back down.
I've killed for less.
We came here for another sarcophagus. Could you please? This is
Been
just a
the
side
decision
mission for
I'd
us.
make.
Ultranon! Ultranon!
I shall not yield to you.
Yeah, good for
I
you.
will all labor will help.
I'll do as you tell, but only if there be a good amount of coins of me.
Need to find the inn first. It's a minor job, but we'll have to report the results anyway to the wizard. So, and the access to lower areas is somewhere here. So, when we come back from there, we can report the success and go where we need to go next. I think it is in the bridge district, in one of those houses that has no markings again. Mirror is mine, Manling, mine.
No mercy for those who oppose us!
Lesser Earth Elemental.
A skull breaker!
What is my task? The battle and victory.
Even hand to hand I am dangerous.
Bark your orders already!
Shouldn't be much of a threat to us. And more goblins again.
No time we got to business!
Die! Oh, die!
Best be paid well for this.
Mikrat's Mirror.
Victory shall be ours.
Fucking
this.
I've killed for less.
We can return it. Return it later. Grey ooze. Okay, this place is clearly spawning just creatures.
A dangerous mistake.
I was hoping to avoid unnecessary fighting by just going back and forth the same route, but clearly that's not good enough. Not that the enemies are that dangerous. Still, I'd like to get a move on.
Aye, that be sounding right.
Lock door.
On my honor. Done.
Be quick with
we
it.
need a key.
I'll
We need to get past that door to go where we want to be.
Jacques.
What do you require? I am out of... As you ask.
Shadows.
I am out of sight of others.
Shit.
What do you want? And later I'll
Yes?
split your gut up.
Yes, Abil.
Might as well use the skeletons here. they're not gonna be of any real use against the Golden Skeleton Guardians anyway. And our sort of tactic against them is going to be something a little bit else. We might be able to kill one of them fairly easily, I suppose.
I am out of sight of others.
With the abilities we have, with the second one I'm already inclined to go with the protection from undead. Basically, just protect our guy and just have him hack the
Axe
guardians to
behind the
pieces.
dwarf-blooded.
I think
I am
they're
out
all
of sight
undead
of others.
protectors of some kind.
By my honor, you shall not see another day.
Next swing.
Ustanza dost.
Fine.
As long as there's just shadows, we'll be fine. Shadow fiends and wraiths are the things we have to keep an eye out. They're something we won't be fine against.
Next swing.
What is my task, Elder?
Bark your orders already. Abyss be paid well for this.
Shadow, shadow. Yeah, everything's fine as long as we're shadows.
My weapon has no effect. My weapon has no effect.
Normal weapons cannot harm shadows, but a surprise.
Another dank hole with which to improve my mood.
On my honor, I
Joe.
am out of considerate.
Okay.
I am yours to Volksund.
What?
Shah guides my hand. I serve Shah above all others, but I shall remain with you.
As you near the center of the room, the door clanks shut and you hear the hiss of gas. An orange cloud begins to fill the now sealed chamber. Yeah, try to get out of there. Vampiric mists. They, without a doubt, have level training abilities, so I don't want to send anyone not protected from that to the fight.
Here! And the dead. Darkness. I shall follow your strength.
Clearly there's an invisible vampire mist somewhere here. Can fix that. I don't want to waste a true sight.
Ustan's destiny awaits. I am now Natha.
Shit. They're
Be
coming
quick with
after
it.
us.
It'd be neither decision I'd make.
And there's no way for me to know where
What
it
do you
is.
require? I am out of sight of others.
What do you want? I'll do as you tell. Only if there be a good amount of coin.
Yes?
Okay, they can see invisible units.
What is it now?
The axe be bloody ready. Eh?
Uh, not
Shar
much I can
guides
do.
my hand. A dosquarth.
Barkeropis be paid well for this. Okay.
Okay, now it's attacking Edwin. Carrion
I will
Crawler.
tolerate only so much.
Shit. It's getting complicated.
Be quick with it.
And
What
we're
do
dead.
you want,
What is my
groundling?
task? I await your word.
Ah, we survived. Horgan basically killed the carrion crawler, and we used Sunray on our sword, which managed to do blind the vampire mist and do 50 points of damage to it, which was enough to kill it.
The axe be bloody. Have killed.
Victory shall be ours. You know this.
That was very, very, very close to going horribly, horribly, horribly wrong.
Aye, that be sounding right.
That's something to be aware of. Some enemies have a very narrow target selection that they'll go after. They'll attack other things normally, but if, for example, the anti-mage creatures, Hake Hashar and what is it, Mishru, if they see a mage, they'll go right after it, ignoring everything else, and for good reason, because their attacks are really only useful against mages. So,
Barkerop. Aye, I'll do as you wish.
if you sort of have things under control with such things, it's
As
better
you
to
desire.
just keep it that
And
way and
later
not
I'll split
bring
your
new
gut open.
people there anymore. Because you might quickly run into trouble. Same is sort of if you don't have, if someone is not immune from level draining, it's better to just keep it out of the vision range of the level draining creatures. They don't always go after that, it depends on the creature, but it's a risk there. Go.
Hold! You tread on sacred ground. Only those who serve the unseeing eye may enter. I am Gaul, High Priest of the One God.
So, who is this unseeing eye of yours? The unseeing eye has brought us enlightenment. Only by removing our eyes can we remove the veil of lies and deceit clouding our lives. He is the most ancient and wise of the race you might know as Beholders. We servants have flocked to him gladly, and his mighty power protects us. You would be wise to serve him as we do. Ah, an eye tyrant. We have great cities of beholders in the Underdark. They are intelligent creatures who make formidable foes. The Drow do not contest them unless necessary. I have heard that some few make their way to the surface to dominate the lesser races, as this one must have. What power it could possess without its eyes, however, I do not know. Without his eyes, the one god is stronger, not weaker. He has made mountains tremble and easily destroyed those fools who have come seeking his destruction. Only those who serve him are safe always. Okay, how does one become a servant? The one god has demanded that his disciples achieve a higher state of wisdom. You must remove that which is limiting and offensive. The unholy eyes are removed from your head during the sacred initiation. If you survive and are proven faithful, the unseeing eye accepts you in the service. What if I'm not interested in having my eyes removed? Is it a sign of weakness to refuse the enlightenment? Would you walk about willingly without arms, without feet? I do not think so. Still, the unseeing eye could use the skills of one such as yourself. An exception could perhaps be made in your case. There is something that you could do that the Great One cannot, despite his vast power. Assist in that, and I will admit you into our ranks and into the Unseeing One's presence. Okay, tell me about it. These holy grounds are part of a larger, ancient structure. Dangerous if one ventures into the lower levels. The Unseeing Eye knows of a valuable item in this area. If you were to venture below, you could prove your worth by retrieving this artifact for him. Do this, and I will allow you into our ranks and the One's divine presence. Fine. Fine. You are worthy in my eyes, faithful one. Here is the key. Once you have the rod, bring it to me, and together we shall present it to the Unseeing Eye. Yeah, I just wanted the key. So we're there to get a rod. I'm sure everything becomes clear once you actually enter the area. However, that is not for now. That's too big of a side-tracking action here. That's a major quest line, so it's not. It could take quite a while to do that.
On my honor, it shall be.
Traps? Do you have traps for me?
What do you want, ground knife? The
What do you require?
Do it.
Consider it done.
The axe be bloody
Yes, I will
ready.
do my best.
That's close enough. Okay, clearly I'm underestimating the time it takes for this guy to spot traps. 125. He should have the skills at least.
Yes.
Barker best be paid well
my
for
honor.
this.
Very well.
What game? I've killed for less.
Yeah, and there's the second tomb. And
What do you
Sasar.
require? Done.
Be wary, my friends. Someone has come before us. I can sense it.
Do not excite yourself. You're to retrieve this rod for your god. No, you must not do this. You cannot give the rod to the beholder, my lord. It is an artifact of immense power. What do you know about this rod? When I was the high priest of the Unseeing Eye, I discovered that its purpose for coming here was to gain the powerful artifact below. It is an item of such destructive power that the gods themselves determined it should not be used again. It was split in two, and this half was secreted here. It is protected against intrusion by powerful magic and beasts that live in the caverns. Many of the Beholder's followers have perished trying to retrieve it. I know, my lord, that the Beholder has the other half of the rod. If he were to acquire this half, he would be capable of wreaking terrible destruction. So what have you done here if you can't stop the Beholder from trying to get to the rod? We tried to get the second half of the rod ourselves, to use its destructive power to defeat the Beholder. That is the only way to destroy the creature. The Beholder has failed to acquire the rod because the gods have cursed the item.
This lets you determine the artifact's true worth or threat. Would you be willing to go below and retrieve the artifact? Sure. I was doing that in the first place. I'm most grateful, my lord. We have tried, but our blindness limits us. This chamber we are in is safe, so long as the sarcophagus is not opened. I would ask that you do not try to open it yourselves. I sense great evil from it, and I do wish my brethren and I to remain safe here. Oh, I pray that my good God will someday forgive my great trespass and restore my sight. Be careful in the levels below, and remember that the gods will likely not allow one to take the artifact for themselves for long. Remember that. Godspeed. If you try to take the artifact away from here, you're screwed. Screwed. This is.
Be quick with it. It
I
ain't the
think
decision
the
I'd make.
guy we might want to try to take out with our own abilities.
Yes, as you ask.
They aren't bad after all, and we have trap abilities too.
A snare has been set.
So we'll get a good. If we're
A snare
lucky,
has been set.
might be even be able to disable or take it out before the fight really begins.
A
If
snare
not,
has been set.
it's a lot of hits on the enemy that will bring down some
A
of his
snare has been set.
more powerful defenses, at least weaken them. So we should be able
A
to
snare has
do
been
physical
set.
damage to it fairly early on.
A snare has been set.
What do you want, groundling? I'll do as you tell.
Yes, Bill.
But only if there be a
What
good
as
amount
might
of
shall
coins.
be.
Ustanza dos. If
On my
that is
consider
your
it
will.
done.
Leave me be.
I am yours to command. Shah guides my hand.
We want to make this as short and brutal as possible.
What is it now? A waste of my
Victory
time.
shall be ours. You know this.
What do you require?
You feel very uneasy as you approach the sarcophagus. The lid looks heavy, but you could remove it if you wish. The stench of death assaults your nostrils as the lid slides back. The feeling of raw, evil power emanates from 4 golden bones that lie within. 2 complete arms, 2 complete legs of a golden skeleton. That's... yeah,
Jacques.
fair to take it down.
Yes? I am out of sight of others. I await your word.
I will tolerate only so much. Leave me be.
That's the one. Shade Lich.
You should not have come to this place.
Long have I guarded, long have I suffered. Who are you, manling, to seek the mortal shell of Kangaxx? When evil was torn asunder, 3 pieces were locked away. For a millennium I have guarded this place, dispensing death to those that follow darkness. You are no different, manling. Your death was ordained when Kangaxx fell. Looking good.
The axe be
Take it
bloody
down.
What is
ready.
it now?
And he's dead. Excellent. We lost all of our traps, but we got
Yes,
what we
trust
came
is
for.
foolish. And the dead.
The leg and arm bones of a skeleton made of solid gold. An unmistakable sense of evil pollutes the very air around the bones. Yeah, that's
That's less than
What is my
reassuring.
Tolerate only so much.
Abyss be paid well for this.
But now we only need a torso. I'm pretty sure torso will be in the bridge district.
I've killed for
We'll
less.
deliver the broken mirror too. With the next guardian, I'm not sure if we're going to try to fight it. Probably not. Even if we win
Aye,
that,
be sounded right.
it's going to take a long time to wear down his defenses. Liches, without with maybe an
Bark
exception
your
or
orders
two, are
already.
extremely high level casters. So
On my honor, it shall be.
if we can avoid the spell fight, that would be great, because we're not gonna win it with the spell selection we have at the moment. We'd have to basically endure his spells and just kill time, which is you can do it, but it's very time consuming. It can easily take 15-20 minutes before you can even start really attacking him properly.
You need something, stranger?
Well, what is it? You have the mirror, I assume?
Yes, I do. Here you go.
Ah, this is the one. The moronic beast has cracked it. Ah, it shall take weeks to repair. I certainly hope you killed him for this indignity.
19,000 experience.
But you must be rewarded as we agreed. There is a slave, a thief I caught recently. Should be more than adequate.
What? No use for a slave.
Well, that is all you're going to get, little man. I will not be lower to petty bargaining. I have no use for the man, so he's yours.
I suppose I will have to do then.
Good. Believe I left him in the north storeroom counting rice or some nonsense. Go ahead and claim him. He's yours. Do whatever you wish with him. I care not. I, for one, will need to gather some materials to fix this blasted mirror. I trust you will not be bothering me again.
Now open these. Excellent. It's part of resurrection, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It basically returns a person to life in full health. Not only that, you can use it on a person who's just wounded and do a full
Aye,
heal on
I'll
him.
do as you
So
wish.
it's
For now.
extremely useful item. What I'm going to do with her to lease. Ah, shit.
My head clears, filled with stars and liquid fire, and I see before me the new holders of my shackles. The wizard has released me, I see, only to pass my reins to another.
Herdelis is a bard of a sort. I think he has a special kit that is more combat focused, and he can be a fairly decent spellcaster and a combat character. So if you're sort of looking for almost a character, some kind of supporting character, Herdelis is probably one of the better ones.
So, I'm to be your prize, am I? A mockingbird to sing your petty praises?
The question is, are we going to take us as well? Maybe we could try and treat him as a slave and see how that goes.
Mikrat has given you to me fairly. Your only other choice would have been to remain a mindless slave. You can put your petty slave and master game away then, for I have bladed against far better opponents than yourself. You should be a little more careful when addressing your master. I am my own master, and I shall render my life however short I wish it. There are greater beings in this world than either you or I, so forgive me, but this grub sees little point in bowing to the ants. If you want to work together, I'll work with you, but otherwise, be gone. What greater beings are you referring to? You've never walked the plains then, have you? Never seen the horrors of the abyss? Never fallen under the gaze of a Lady Pain? Never marched through the quasi-elemental plane of dust in the retinue of a Baldur? Aye, for you I do not doubt that life is easy, but it is easy by your ignorance, not your power. So, Ant, take me now or leave me here. It's all the same to me. Are we gonna take care of the leaves? Are we going to take care of the leaves? Are we gonna take care of the leaves? Um, uh, oh, I don't, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Not now. We have Kangaxx questline open. So we'll have to say goodbye. The distaste was mutual. He stole a gem for me upon my capture, placing it in an altar here. And should the Anne ever care to perform a service for the grub, you may deliver it to me at the playhouse of the Sigil Theatre Troupe. That's also in the Bridge District. I will see to it that my mistress provides you with a greater reward than you deserve. Until then, dear aunt, I pray beware the elephant. We should be able to access the altar now. Might as well take the item with us. Crap! Save versus spell. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't a good thing. Portal gem. Used to open up portals between the planes. Few know how to use these gems, and they are said to occasionally have undesirable side effects. This particular gem was found on an altar in the house of Necra.
And later I'll split your gut open.
Yes. Final piece missing.
Aye, the dwarf will bloody
I wonder which places sell the protection from undead. Because we are fighting against a vampire thieves guild or assassins guild too. So protection from
I'm wondering this. Do you ever entertain the notion of marriage?
So if we could get by extra protection from undead scrolls, that would be great. It would probably make the encounter with the other guild a lot more feasible with our group. Viconia can protect herself, but Corgan cannot, and that's going to be a fairly major problem. We can't keep him protected with spells all the time, so maybe a protection scroll would be
good enough. Why ever entertain the notion of marriage? Well, of course I do. Who doesn't? I don't mean necessarily merely settling down. I mean a union witnessed by sacrament and ritual, such as is custom among your kind. Commit to one person in all manner. It seems a bizarre interment to me, tantamount to slavery. Well, that's not necessarily true. It can be a splendid union. From what I have seen, surface custom is not so different from ours. Of course, drug culture allows for husbands to be disposed of and replaced. Are you saying that the drug women actually kill their husbands? If they deserve it, placing demands on the woman of the house is not done. To voice protest about the wishes of the matriarch is punishable by execution. I had 4 husbands during my life in the Underdark, before the fall of House de Beer. I killed each one, 3 for sport and 1 for infidelity with my sister. Of them all, my sister's betrayal was the most difficult to deal with. Didn't wish to, but punishment had to be administered. I caught them together and bound them where they lay. I soaked them in lamp oil and flammable moss, and then set them ablaze. Hmm. Yeah, that's a what to say to that? The options aren't exactly great, because I assume Joe Custom dictated the killing. I don't think it does. Why would it? You are a cold and vicious woman. I don't know. I don't know about that. Vicious, certainly. Certainly you did not have to be so cruel. So we have options that I don't like and I have to pick one. Ugh. I'd like to get to the Kangaxx business, please. I assume Draw Custom dictated that you had to kill your sister and husband. Perhaps. I haven't devoted much thought to it, though I've noticed that the role of male and female are reversed here on the surface. Well, not quite. Men don't go around murdering their wives, as a general rule at least. So you say. We should continue now. I'm sure you have heard enough of Drow customs. Yeah, I think we'll use protection from Undead Scroll to get rid of the second defender, just so we can avoid a long out dragged fight. Alternatively, we could rest and use a lot of traps to do it. Hopefully,
Greetings, citizens. I trust you'll be keeping your weapons at your sides.
I should hate to have to run you by the garrison if anything should happen. I'm sure there's more important things than me for you to worry about. Without question, I'm making it my business to warn everybody on the street tonight. With all your gear, you might look a rich target to the wrong person. Any fool you dare to think of me and too less a target, rich or nay, is a fool begging to have his innards brought out to meet the sun, and that it be the truth. I'm warning everyone so as to get the word out that there are guards on the streets. We have had a string of killings, and I don't want any more happening. People die all the time. This is a dangerous age we live in. Dangerous enough for people that look for trouble, but when innocents, that is different. Murder unlike I've seen in years.
There's a disgustingly sick person out there, and I simply don't have the manpower to protect everyone.
He's been killing paupers, sometimes in the alley where they sleep. Someone prey on the poor, what could they have to take? Nothing! They have nothing to take. He kills them and that is all. Not only is it pointless, but he does it in as painful a way as possible. It's sick. He flays them alive. There has been blood all over the area. Little Faraji, the local urchin, found the latest victim. I hate to think of a child saying that. Enough of this. I must go about my rounds. If you find any information about the murderers, be sure to let me know. Don't go looking for trouble, though. I have enough problems with walkers and beggars. Old Grandpa was damn near killed, and a street woman in the area, Rose, was plain lucky. Don't be like them. Oh yes, you brave monsters, Flaming Fist, Starbucks assorted minions, only to fall to a sneak thief when over fondest for flesh. Excellent deduction.
Fine.
Yep,
I'll
so,
trade you a few words, sure enough.
peasant. I tell you, it's only going to get worse. And you can't tell who they are by looking at them. This one here was in my tavern just last night. Hush up, you. He was a man like any other. Just because he was in with that shadow thief crowd doesn't mean you should refuse to serve him. Got his own trouble anyway, without you helping. Have to refuse half the city if you bar shadow thieves. Probably end up dead too. They don't scare me. Look at this bunch. They're just taking it. And their black little hoods didn't help them one bit. What killed them was a lot more than you could handle. Look at the marks on them. If this is a guild war like they say, it's just gonna get worse. Yeah, you said that already. Maybe I should close up shop for a few 10-day. I could use a break. You close up when someone spills salt or forgets to knock on wood, you old worrywart. Business as usual for me. We'll see. Guild wars just mean trouble. Lots of trouble. Okay, could I actually get on with things? Ah,
What do you require?
Be
try
quick
to
with it.
spot
Best be paid
traps.
well for this.
This is a tavern. We don't want to go to taverns. I think this is the tanner. We don't want to talk to the tanner. I think this is another tavern. Delsars. Here's three houses that don't go anywhere. This is what we want.
Yes?
Yeah.
Consider it done.
Not locked.
What the?
What is my task? I will
Yeah,
do
this
my
looks
best.
very promising.
Yeah, it'd be near the decision I'd make. Eh? I'll do as you tell.
Excellent. So, who has the protection from undead scrolls?
Who stands
The
On my
rest
honor.
of
Leave me
you
be.
get the hell
I shall
out.
Bark your or best be paid well for
Okay, we're
this.
going to be in a little bit of a hurry after this. We'll see if the protection from undead lasts until for 10 turns. That's not too much, but hopefully, well, it's enough for this, and that should be enough. And it shouldn't be able to spot me. Yeah, bring it down.
A skull breaker.
Torso. 22,000. We're in a bit of a hurry. The big problem with Kangaxx is not like this, is that can we harm him?
I've
The
killed
berserking ability should protect us from all his most dangerous abilities.
Aye, that be sounded right.
But it won't last long. What, 60 seconds? And in that time he has to be dead, or we have to be protected from his abilities by some other way, or we need to be invisible to his eyes. Either way, it's not going to be easy.
For now.
I'm hoping that the protection from undead will last enough that we can at least get through half of the job we have. We need something pretty heavy and drastic to protect ourselves from him. More importantly,
And later I'll split your gut open.
I'm not sure if Korgan is even enough to has enough cable to even harm him. Daystar might be able to harm him because it's +4 versus evil and double damage versus undead. Where's the hands? You. Okay. No.
Be quick with it. Aye,
And you go there alone. No. So
What is it
just
now?
won't allow that.
I'm Voltzund.
It'll make things
What
a
do
bit
you
more
yes.
complicated for us. You can
I am out of
hide.
sight of others.
I will tolerate only so much.
Shar. I serve Shar above all others, but
What
I
do
shall
you
remain
find?
you for now.
Leave me be.
Victory shall be ours. You know this. Trust is for the foolish.
What is it
and the
now?
dead.
Me axe best be paid.
I'll try to keep those guys invisible
I will
so
tolerate only so much.
they don't attract attention. Sure how well that'll work.
I've killed for less.
Ah, last tool. What have you found? Yeah, I found all the pieces. At last it is complete. Place the pieces in the tomb. The fools could not kill me.
I am out of sight of others.
Bark your orders already. You'd been able
This
to say
place
an
will
I'd
be
make.
your tomb.
Fools you are. Death shall reign upon the plains, and Kangaxx will violate all. But worry not, my savior.
You shall be well rewarded. You will have the privilege of a sweet, painful death at my hands. Kill the bastards. This is not the problem. Kangaxx the Lich is not the problem. Kangaxx the Lich is not able to see us, easily harmed, and will go down like a big.
A skull breaker!
It's a proper Lich though, so if you can't protect yourselves from its abilities, you're looking at pretty much all kinds of spells from up to level 9. So everything can come your way. It is not a minor fight if you don't protect yourself. And if you try to bring your entire group here, there's no way you can really protect against him. He'll probably start the fight without stopping time, summoning demons and crapping all over your party, so he's not gonna go down easily unless you do something like this. This is not the problem. Anyway, this is the problem. Still, you do not understand. Not only was I to languish in the tomb for all eternity, but also I must be destroyed by another to be free. You have truly freed me, and the world will be burned to ash for your sin. Yeah, and now it's reborn as Kangaxx the Demi-Lich. So it's just a floating skull. The problem with the Demi-Lich is it's twofold. It's very hard to damage. It doesn't have a huge amount of hit points, but oh my god, is it hard to damage, especially here. Once you get access to +4 weaponry and certain spells, you have a chance. That's the after you have that, you have a reason to even try this fight. The other problem is, while the Lich casts a wide variety of spells, Kangaxx the Demi-Lich does not. Kangaxx the Demi-Lich is going to cast pretty much. It's going to speed spam 9th level spells. It's a very bad thing. It's basically two spells. Wail of the Banshee, which is an area of effect, something like this, and it has a chance to kill everyone in that area. You have a saving throw, and if you fail, you're dead. Another is Imprisonment, which is sort of a... You get trapped miles below the earth crust, and that's you. You're basically out. There's no nothing, there's no attempts to save, you're out. That's it. If it works on you, you might as well be dead. If it happens to your main character, it's game over. The thing about that is you can bring those guys back with a freedom scroll. Problem is we don't have it, so it's basically a permadeath for anyone in our party at the moment. It is a very powerful ability, but Berserking should protect against it too. Yeah. Imprisonment. While in range, immune to imprisonment. But that's not the problem, because I think protection from the undead will also mean we're protected from that. He can't simply see us.
Leave me be.
It's fairly easy to demonstrate though what happens. Sure, this is a good idea though, but gnolls are going to...
If I must.
Okay, I'll
Fuck
do
up.
as you tell, but only if there be a good amount of coin to it.
Demi-Lich Howl. Imprisonment.
I am out of sight of others.
Imprisonment. Imprisonment.
Yeah, this is what happens to your party. They're basically permanently gone. Permanently gone. Permanently gone. So if you don't have something really to immunize yourself or totally prevent that, there's not going to be a fight against the Demilich. You're not going to be able to harm it, and when it does something to you, you're just gone. Might as well end range just to be safe.
I am out of sight of others.
Let's see what your guts be looking like.
It's still not easy to hit, no matter what we do. Yep, it'll work, but we'll do something like 2 points of damage. So, 10 in total. Can I use special ability? No, what about the Ring of Ram? Yeah, 22 points of damage, and already badly injured. So yeah, Corgan can easily do this. Not sure if he can do it with the mid-hit. Maybe he can. If anyone else of us pops in here, we're just gonna die, so stay the fudge out of there. Leave it to Corgan. He's the only one able to... Yes. So, he's not all that durable. He took like maybe closer to 50 points of damage, maybe a little bit more, up to 60, and he's dead. So not a huge amount of life, but very hard to damage in the first place, and very deadly. But very narrow attack abilities, so you can protect against those. I think if that sword wouldn't have worked, Laconia would have been the only one able to harm it. Yeah, aerial serpents, I'm sure these could have harmed it. With the wizard, I don't know. Mordecai's swords would certainly be able to harm it, but we're too low level to use that. Elemental, I'm not sure. I'm not at all. And you can't use a thing like Nishru, really. There might be a limit to how many times he can cast, but he can cast those abilities a huge amount of time. Absolutely massive amount, so you're probably going to run out of spells before he's going to run out, and summons before he's going to
Be quick with it.
55,000 for that.
I best be paid well for this.
And we got a ring out of it. But it's a good ring, so totally worth it. How good is it? I think this is one of the better, if not the best ring in the entire game. Ring of Gax. This ring is relatively unadorned, but the vile magic within radiates intense evil. Indeed, its creator Kangaxx was no less evil himself, even before millennia of undeath honed his power. It is said that a cadre of Netheril mages fought and imprisoned the Demilich once, but being unable to truly destroy him, they became liches themselves to stand guard over his remains. The destruction of the ring the construction of the ring may have led to their enmity, as each of the gem's 9 facets was supposedly empowered by sacrifice and death. Okay, armor class +2, saving throws +2, magic resistance 10%, special abilities, immunity to disease and poison. Wearer regenerates 1 hit point every 3 seconds, special use. Invisibility once per day, improved haste 3 times per day. So it's like disease and poison immunity ability added to +1 protection ring, added to magic resistance, added to some kind of special abilities, and added to regeneration ring. So it's by far the best ring. Does it stack with the normal protection items? Yes, it does. I'm giving it to Viconia. Mainly because she's very reliant on those high armor classes and magic resistance. I think she has a 50% natural magic resistance, something, no, 70% at this point, so that'll bring it to 80. Yeah, but I want the poison resistance on her too. Korgan already has it, and the extra armor class for Korgan will also be useful. So Korgan also fully heals up whenever we rest, more or less. Now Viconia will do that too, and she can focus her healing power on others instead of herself. We might want to switch that around at some point, but for now I think it's the way to go forward. Yeah, that's Kangaxx the Lich. That's also sort of a indication why certain magic items I think are a little bit too powerful. Kangaxx the Lich, in my opinion, should have been a deadly opponent, no matter what. Uh,
What do you want? I've killed
but
one less.
I don't really want to go into buffing his abilities
Yeah, aye, that
mainly.
be sounding
Maybe his
right.
spell selection could have been more varied. But more importantly, I don't think magic immunity, the anti-magic shell, or protection from undead
What is it
spells
now?
should really exist. I mean, he didn't have an ability. Yeah, immune to all undead. That's too much. That's way too much, and it lasts for a long time. Protection from magic. Magic does not function within the sphere, with the exception of magical weapons. So again, it's too much. Surely this kind of an ability is not impossibility in the world, but it's something. It should not be something as convenient as keeping in a scroll that anyone can use at any time and it lasts for a long duration. Something had to give from that combination. They're basically anti-magic
Aye,
abilities that are some kind of a it's a variation of disabling uh, spell disabling ability or sort of an area where magic does not function at all. So and I don't mean a
later I'll
sphere you
split
can
your gut
carry and
open.
decide where to put. I mean an entire area where all magic basically just goes away. No magic can be cast by anyone. So it's a total new tactical experience for a
I am
party.
outside of others.
So because you can't rely on spells in any way, you only have what you have, your natural abilities, and that especially on high magic parties, high level parties, that can be a huge game changer because you usually rely very heavily on high powered gear to keep you in
I
the
am
game.
Aye,
outside
the
of
dwarf
others.
would let you do it.
We don't strictly speaking need to rest, but I think we should.
Fine.
No, we're not. Well, Coney is close to a level up. And Edwin doesn't need all that much experience either, about 30,000 something. Yeah. Nice little side distraction there.
No trouble out of you.
Not sure what to go
I
after
am
next.
outside of
We'll
others.
certainly take
It's a
some kind of
cold and dreary
major
day when
quest
there's no
line
Kangaxx to
and
be
start chewing
hospitality
through
to
that.
his guests. Come, enter and be welcome at the sea's
The
bounty.
Unseeing Eye might not be a bad choice. We already sort of started it on the side. So, yeah. Might as well go and continue with that and finish it. I'll also give some thought about the remaining NPC slots. We have two. One could go to Imoen, but no, we kicked her out in the first game, so we're not gonna take her with us on this one either. Very likely, at least. But Maybe one more. Maybe one more would be appropriate, but I don't really know who that would be. We don't need anyone specifically, so whoever it potentially is, it's definitely going to be because of the character who is not the class what it is, so but that's something for another time.